Hello, my name is Russell Scott from scottcarvings.com, and I thought I'd make this I think it's very easy or quick, tall, old world Santa. I'm only using a 1/2 inch or 1.5 inch block by 8 inches. And this is from a direct block of wood. This is really not particularly a pattern. And I carved the first one here in 1.25 inches by about 6 as a concept piece. But here I am going to just pencil in. There's no pattern to sit on. I'll just simply pencil this in. I want to look for my center line. It just so happens to be where this bark is, and I have to take the flat edge, and we'll put that center line in as soon as I can straighten my table out a little. Now I hope that isn't a crack. We'll find out. Center line. Now even if maybe I should have cut that out to know where the nose is and the eye is. And I'm just going to take this off here. The beard comes about here. Now it's the hand. The hands are just coming together like this. And you could put a stick in if you want. Oh, there's the cat again, yowling away for no reason at all. So, and then we'll put in fact, we'll have to put the foot over here. Make that look different. There's foot right there. And over here is this. Now you could take that to the bandsaw, but I'm going to cut it out. Like I said, block of wood. And right away, here comes the cat. This is I believe, a quick little project that you really don't need the bandsaw. There goes the pieces. To continue on with the knife. The knife is nice and sharp. I did sharpen it. Actually buffed it. I neglected to buff my big chisel there. It cuts nice. It just leaves these marks. Okay. Now we want to do summit like this. a little bit of that off. Now the chisel I have here is a number 5, 25 mil. It's good for just really hogging that off there, power carving that off in there. Now, getting back to the beard is here. I want to leave the head alone, but I want to make sure that I get the hand and tufts in. Now if this, like I got my little pattern like the piece I have, is that the arms be about here, is that right? Maybe I should have cut that out. Like I said, just very simple. There's no particular motion. No particular motion in it. About there. And so the sleeve is going to go along like this. And then the hand is right, the arm is right here. This comes down like this. Like this kind of a thing. Here comes the cat right on my pattern. I think she just wants me to do something. Same here on the other side. Yeah, what the heck do you want, cat? It's going to go down to here. Okay, so we're getting started with that. Where is my right here? Getting these things in. I'm going to go a little bit wide on the fur here. I think the grain says this way. That's better. Kind of boxing it in. Let's get the beard in there. Beard is the separator of all this. Okay. There we go, feeding that in. As we get things, get the V cuts in, things begin a little easier. As for the back, now the back is just this. Oh, we want the hood to come down, because there's going to be a hood. I'm going to be, excuse me, I have to do the little, take the tablecloth, give it a pull, and make sure nothing falls. Let's see if we can do this without her going, well, I think she thinks it's a toy. You know, I am trying to carve something here, you know. As I've mentioned from my other videos, this is Ethel. She's part 2 of the Lucy and Ethel team. Lucy's no longer with us. Ethel, hey, hey, Ethel, hey. Hey, I got a wood carve. Hey. You know, I'm trying to carve something here. All right, I'm going to have to push her back a little bit. Just a little. Oh, yeah. Yeah, she does that yowl and purr at the same time. You stay right there. I got stuff to do. Anyways, where was I before I got interrupted? The back. And now we'll do some rounding as we are taking this off a bit here. Now we're going to do some taking some corners off. This is what we want to do for starter. Now the cat's playing with the chips. Now the back is, like I said, it's a hood. So it's always good to round corners off so it becomes a bit easier to handle. Oh, she's gone. She's upset because I'm not paying attention to her. Oh, she's back there looking at me funny. I'm going to take just a little bit of this corner off. Again, it's just a little easier to handle. Now, before I get a little too wacky hacky here, let me take my V and commit to this. I mean, I'm sure it'll be adjusted, but I want to make sure I got enough wood. Let's get my auger here in a second. Good, a lot of that come off. So we're just rounding. We're just rounding, and I want to make sure. I'll take a little bit off. I'll make a little scoop here. I'm going to commit to the foot. Then a little bit here. Get that hog in going. Or that's with the grain. So we got to flip it over so we don't take too much off. I did neglect to bring my chisel glove over, because so I don't, when I do this, hurt the cuticles. Won't thank me for that. All right, now that we got a lot of the lumber off, and it looks like we're starting to get some sunlight in here. I'm gonna have to kind of adjust things because it will kind of make you dizzy. Well, I'll be back. Now I believe that's better. I just pulled the table back a bit. Well, speaking to which, gotta adjust the legs so it's a little sturdier. Okay, now I gotta make sure you're in there. Now I'll shape the beard a little bit. See, I'm just shaping things like the beard and just shaping just to get my bearings on it, I suppose. Now here, I move this down here. Is that me? I just move it over a bit. So sometimes it is fun to just start in a block of wood and just start in and do something. I'm gonna just take the fur off of this, like we're doing a rough out. A little bit of the fur here. Fur here. Now the thing I want to be careful here is remember we've got a hand there. Pulling off all of these big chips, they kind of get in the way. Just a little bit of the beard here. Like I said, I want to take the fur off. Oh, here she comes again. Bring this in a little more. And it just so happens that she landed right on my picture. I think I'll just bring this up a little more so I don't have to worry about any fixing. Now as far as the back, again, let's take off the fur. At the same time, let's shape the hood a little bit. Come down, because I'm rounding it a little bit. See that rounding? Oops, mind the green. Looks like this is a little higher here. All right. Oops. Won't mind the green. I'm taking the fur off and rounding it all at the same time. Okay, this is what we got so far. There's still a lot that's going to come up there. And quite a bit that's going to... This is getting kind of close to, with the exception of the fur, the base is a good part done. I'm going to round that a little bit. Now I want to take this pencil mark off so it won't be a distraction. Same here. Oops. And I'm just going to have to match. I'm going to commit to this. I screwed up here, so I'm going to have to commit to it. I don't say screwed up, but and then commit this to that. Because it's still the same, it's still good. All right, what I want to do after I straighten this out a little bit, I want to pencil in, get that center line back in, but as I get the center line in, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around like this. And there's the fur. And this is going to start here. It's going to just open a little bit here. Same distance between. It's going to uniform. Okay, V tool. Make sure you're still on. And go right in the center. The V tools, this is V, not an L, going straight up and down. Whereas on the other hand, no, this is still a V right here. Right here, you're still using your V. Let's do the V in the back. All right, now instead of a V, we're going to use this like an L. We're going to get away from the away from the fur and into the coat like this. Away from the fur into the coat. Like that. Away from the fur into the undergarment. There. All right. Away from the arm. Away from, just kind of almost like a cleaning up type of thing here. Whoops. I went off. Okay. Take a straight stop cut. And then take a little bit of that off in there. A little bit of rounding. Now we're still kind of shaping, we're still at the beginning here. Not too much in detail. Sort of, I mean, with the, we're more trying to just commit the, having the foot out. Shape the foot a little bit here. Around the foot, taking the fur off at the same time. Oops, whoops. There we go. Round in the shoe a little bit, the boot, or we're going to just do this quick. Just a little roundness. Now we'll come back to that. There's still quite a bit of cleaning up to do. Now here I'm going to take as much of the coat off away from the fur. And I'm going to do a wider V. Now we want this to be like this, cut using a knife instead of having a wider V, is because we don't want it to look too machine or perfect like. We want to look like we're actually carving this, which we are carving when you use a chisel. Okay, while we're at it, just a little bit of this. Cut this way so we don't take too much off, or don't break off. Now when we cut the here, when we cut the jacket, is it kind of almost like a scoop. I'll show you as soon as, let me do this and then I'll show you what I mean here, or what we're trying to achieve. Is I'm trying to achieve this kind of a thing. Let me finish here. Is you see, maybe best if I do it right. Well, because of the way the light is. See, it's wide at the bottom and then narrows as you go up. So it's got this kind of a curve here. So let's do it on this side here. Oops. Watch the green. Green wants to be funny here. Now again, I'm carving with my thumb, my left thumb on my right thumb. The good thing about it is it expands the width of the carve of the stroke of the knife, except the right thumb doesn't like being squashed all the time. Depends on how you want to do it. And again, we'll do more detailing later and cleaning up later. But there's that a little better. There. Nope, couple more hits here. Another hit every time I try to pick it up to show you. Oh, excuse me. You see how it bends this way and it bends this way. Now it does kind of look a little bit like it's off center bit. That's because this foot is coming out. That's why it does kind of have a off center-ish look. Okay. Now I want to get the fur in here. And I want to get this in. Oops. Pencil slipped, like from here to here. To the elbow. Now I want to go away from the fur and into the arm. Over here, we'll just put this in quickly, and away from the fur into the arm. There. Now we'll just do a little bit of rounding and shaping. A little bit of rounding and shaping. We'll come in with other tools later. I just want to, we're still kind of roughing it. We're roughing it and putting a little bit of the design in there. want to do is give an extra one of these and then start to round this a little bit. And then I want to come here. That gives a little extra way to the fur. A little bit of roundness. Now what I want you to understand and remember, other than making sure you take all the saw marks off, is that we want to bring the shoulder in from the elbow. So in other words, what I'm going to do is cut a little bit like this. So bringing the shoulder in from the elbow sticking out. Make sure that elbow sticks out. A little roundness. And we'll come back to all of this later. Just want to get the arm going. On the other side, same thing here. Let's round this, start to round this a little bit. Again, mind the green. Now we want to bring the arm in a little bit from the fur. One of these. Now what I did neglect to do is I want to make this, sharpen this, sharpen that, leave this in a little bit here. Let's take the pencil mark around and take the pencil mark off at the same time. Over here, a little bit of cleaning up here. Okay, like I said, from the elbow to the shoulder is in. Shoulder is in. Round. Oops. Now that the shoulder is in, we can do this. Away from the arm and away from the arm. Cut in a little bit. Oh, mind the green again. I think we'll have to come back a little later in a different angle to clean it. Just round this a little bit. I could choose to have the V tool to clean, just to clean it up, but I prefer to have a knife with knife marks. Then I want to create one of these to overlap, and I want to cut away from the top, my L tool, away from the top into the bottom part. And round just a little bit here. A little bit around. A little bit around. Now, how does that look in the back? I want a little bit here. And then what I want to do first, I want to kind of round this a bit. And then if we can do a loop or a twist here. Scoop, I'm sorry. Let's just take a stop, take a breath, and do a thus far here. Okay, there's a lot of cleaning. Like I said, we're still chipping stuff away, rounding. We'll be doing more shaping of the arm and the upper arm and the beard. Now the hand is just, I'm going to do a very quickie here with the hand. Stop cut, round, round. Well, the hand is still a little too long here. Let me take out some more here. Now this is going to be a simple hand. He's got his gloves on, his mitts on. Get that and clean up a little better. Round this. Now I want to bring this, make sure I get the right direction here. This wood is kind of multi-directional, almost at a sharp, because it depends on what you want. If you want him to hold something, drill a hole and have a stick coming out. We'll get more detail on that. I just want to get that set up. There's still more. Okay, again, this is what we got. Way more detail a little later. We're just going to get this thing all cut in. Okay, I took a little break here. And just in time for the kids, neighbor kids to come out. So if you hear any kids gaggling. Now I'm going to thin the top a little bit, and I'm going to start working on the face. And then face, and then get into the beard, and I'll it puts everything together. Where are you? There we go, a little thinning. Sharpening on top there a little bit. There we go. Just kind of symmetrical-ish. All right. A little bit of this pattern here. Yeah, I guess I will have. I'll definitely have a pattern in pictures for you. You should. But I believe I mentioned that this is going to be, and it is fast pace. If you haven't figured it out, if I haven't told you and you haven't figured it out by now. Just like to get some, so it doesn't waste too much of your time. You can just turn the video off, push pause or something like that, and catch up. And I do plan on doing some more videos, more slower pace, but I just wanted to do this quickie here and get it out to you. All right, where's my V? And I want to go away from the hood into the face and beard, away from the hood, and into the face and beard. Now, one thing that I did do that it doesn't matter, but I shouldn't do, is this tuft here. The reason why we don't want to put that in now is just in case if we screw up the face and then we got to start over again. That's always near the end. Now, he's not turning or anything. He's just this is just a standard old world. There's the eye. I'm just putting these in right now, even though this is all going to go away. I'm doing this for the sake of the feel of everything here. And I kind of almost straight down. Careful, because if you go straight down, you might chip that off in there. Well, let's make myself comfortable and so you can see at the same time. Sort of a little bit into the face. And then we want to basically bring this almost to a 90 degrees. Not yet, because I just happen to realize I want to make sure I get some more, leave some more for the hair here. I'm just going to put this in just to make sure we don't get too wacky happy. Oh, caught it. Now, let's go more 45-ish and leave a little bit for the beard. Just a little bit of, gonna clean in and shape in here. A little bit of cleaning and shaping. And then, and then I want to get a little bit the hair started to get in. I think I'm okay with the noses. Down in there, they get started with the nose. Bottom of the nose. But now I can come back. Oops. I hate that scratching and scraping. So we got this going on here. So far, so good. Quite a bit of cleaning, but we're just getting it going. Eyes are about here. Center line. Oh, get the center line got kind of off. A little bit off the face here. That's a little better. Now, what I want to do, let's just do right in. Now, it's a good thing we didn't clean this and lift this alone, is when we put the eye in, it's going to cut into a little bit. I'll try not to. But I'm going to do this angle to like 45. It's like this. And come down to meet that. And of course, we've got to bring this over because the hood is in the way. The hood's in the way. And this is just a commit to the eye socket a little bit. It's not really, definitely not the end. Again, come down a little bit like this. Now I do have my Santa bus. I got a Mr. and Mrs. Santa, Ho-Ho Santa, and Mr. and Mrs. Old World Santa. So this is more of an old world because I'm coming at this angle like this for the nose, make the nose a little thinner. Whereas if this was a Ho-Ho-Ho Santa, you'd be sharper. This would be much sharper and leaving some cheeks. Now, same here, away from the nose, and then meet with it. Get that chip out of there. Away from the nose. And Lynn's taking care of the cat now. They're going outside. Good, take the cat with you. She's a good cat. Well, relatively good cat. She really doesn't like being held. Now I'm going to do this to the nostril. So we're making sort of a right triangle. Just putting that out of there. Now the nose might be a little too big for yours or my taste. Well, we can work at that later. And I'll go in one of these. Now it's got a little choppy. Let me fix this, clean this a little bit, and I put one of these in. There's a chip in. Let's clean it up. Okay, that's what we got so far. See, he's getting there. Now I'm going to use a chisel. You could probably use a knife, maybe widen it a little bit, and be happy with it. I'm going to be using a chisel, a number 11, coming shortly here. I'm picking too much here. Too much time on the pickings. But before I do that, I want to get into the. How much can I zoom in without getting too far off? If I go like right here, just a little bit, there we go, a little bit of a twist. Oh, okay. Right at the nostril. Now I do things a little different though. A lot of people would go right up to, you know, where the upper nostril is, but I like to go lower nostril because when I start putting this in, I want a little more extra control. It's an extra step, but it's more control. But it's up to you. Oh, here comes the sun again. Mr. Golden Sun. Now this one here, he's going to have not one of my happy Santa. This is an Old World. Old World has a big, long mustache. And a moustache. It's interesting, you could go back in time and say, this is what you're going to do before it has been cut in. V tool. Now the cheek is going to be up and down. In other words, you're using the V tool because you're taking away both from the cheek and from the mustache and from the beard. And there's going to be much more shaping, of course. We're just getting the face started, basically. Well, at least this part of it started. Now we will go away from the mustache into the beard. Use your L tool. Watch the grain. See, this particular piece of grain is really wacky. You think it is one way, but it's the other. And I'm going to take away from the mustache. Or, I'm sorry, keep the mustache away from the mustache, but into the beard. I think that's what it's going to say. And sometimes I take the flat edge and just help. Oops, help that along a little bit. Got too freehand. Okay, away from the mustache, into the beard. That's very interesting. Some people, or you might just go ahead and take the knife and start whacking away. I like to have a little bit of guidance here. It's a little bit of guidance, because that is kind of basically next is stop cut while I'm here, out, back in, then I'm going to cut that and cut that, bring in that mustache up. And at the same time, now we can bring the cheek up. I mean, sure, you could probably use the L tool on that, but again, a little more control with the knife. I'm going to bring this in a little bit just to help things along so you can see. So we can see what it is kind of difficult for me to carve and see at the same time when I'm at arm's length. I'd be carving like right here. So here's what we got so far on that side. So we lifted the mustache, lifted the cheek, brought the beard down. So time to flip it over and do this thing in reverse. And same on this side. And then same with the beard, or with the cheek. I'll start by taking that little chip out of there. Take this little chip out of here and take the cheek going here. Cutting the beard a little bit away from the hoodie there. And I'm watching the grain. I think I'm good. I think I'm good with the grain here. And then I come in here. Oh, nothing here to Lynn trying to call Ethel, but from the porch, I'm over way on the other side of the house from the porch, and Ethel just came in, just sitting right next to me on the floor. Okay, that's getting things started. Let's get a little bit this way-ish. A little bit this way-ish. Now here we go with my round tools. Now he will be too big. He might be okay. We can get it. Better not. And where are you? Where are my chisels? Here's the next one down. Let's see if I don't got these mixed up here. Yep, that's correct. This is the next one down. Oh, excuse me. Okay, let's see if we can zoom in just a little more. I got to remind myself that I'm zooming in. I got to zoom out after this process. And it's kind of a freehand. I want this 45-degree angle. And in and down. Here it's going to go from here up. And then down. Same with the bottom here. Up and then down. And then bring this over and do something on the temple. Okay, 45-degree angle. Down, up and down. There. Let me take a look here. It's get kind of a little hacky wacky here. Let me get the tempo a little more. So with the exception of it being a little hacky, now actually I do clean out as much as I can before I start the eyes, but cleaning the eyes out just does it. Okay, here's a thus far on the face. Don't mind all the wacky stuff. Now I had to take a break to get my visor because I'm starting to get into things a little more here. And I'm going to start doing the eyeballs as I get started. I'm going to go right here. I think I'm going to pull back a little bit here. Just a little bit. So I'm going to go right here. So if I take my detailing knife, if I start in right here, oops, suppose you'll be hearing that a lot. Yep. Oh, it's mockingbird o'clock. Now I want to I'm going to do a different things. Instead of taking a round tool, sometimes I make it a little deeper. Take a little chip here, got it. And a little chip here. I got to see if I'm showing. Well, if it's upside down, I got to put it a little farther out. Then over here, kind of a little bit around. Just around the nostril. That chip here, or cut here, take that chip out. And that rounds that a little better. After the eye, we'll work on the nose a little more. Now before I get the eyes in, I want to try to commit a little more to this here, clean this up so I know where the eye is going to be and round the face a little more. There, that cleans things up. Same on this side. Just to clean it up a little bit. So we get the eye in. It's a little easier to see. Now if we go this way, this isn't deep enough here. All right. Cheeks are a little uneven, but I'll have to come back to that. I'll come back to that later. Okay, so I want to make a little bit here, here, and here. I don't want to make the eyes too big here. I did my Thanksgiving couple I got, but that's okay. They're caricature. Just one little, just little slits here. So we just draw on the eye. And we come down on the outside, it comes down a little bit, and then go straight to that corner. Here it's the other direction. Now we're going to go up, draw on that line. And down. Here we're going to go straight to like below that line and then come up. Now I'm going to take the chip, or I'm sorry, I'm going to push down. Where I push down on both sides of both eyes. Oh, there we go. I need some light. There we get. Can you see that? I'm taking this chip out now. Flip it over. Taking this chip out here. This chip out here. Now I'm going to go from the bottom up to meet that eyelid. And I'm going to go from the top down to make the top of the eyeball on top of the, but underneath the lower lid. So see if you can see that. I'm going to see if you can see that as to where, see the upper, because that's where the pupil is going to be, is right here. I'm going to just clean this a little bit while I'm here. Ooh, itch. Take a little bit of the pencil mark off. Just a little bit. Okay, over here. Now since I'm upside down, I'm going to go from the bottom up, which will be the top of the eye. And then from the top down, still making the upper part of the eyeball underneath the upper eyelid. A little bit of cleaning, just a little bit. I need a little bit of cleaning of the eyeball. So there, I think that's, where are you? There you are. Oh, there you are. So you see that the upper part, where does it go back here, is the top, is where the pupil is going to be. Okay, then I'm going to take my little V. Where are you, little V? I should have had that up by now. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. No, not this one. This one. I'm just going to get in there. There's the upper eyelid. I'm going to start in the middle here and like a little higher. And there. Now I could stop there, but let's take a quick, what I want to do is take just a little bit out. To really define that upper eyelid. as he is a older gentleman. That did come up. Same here. It's like about 10 degrees away from the eye, not 10 degrees towards the eye. So you just get this little chip out of there. And there's a lot of cleaning up and straightening out and stuff like that, but there, come on, focus in. Where are you? It's not focusing in there. Now this one here is not going to have a mouth, so we don't have to worry about the mouth. And so all of that is put in. Now I'm going to open this up a little bit. Oh. Now I'll bring this back in here. Now I'm going to take that off in there. Put my carving glasses in. Pardon me. Okay. Now I still want to do a little bit of shape in here. It's a little too round. There. Okay, now let's pencil that in. I think we can put that in now. That tuft, that fur in. I'm going to take the V tool, or L tool, pardon me. Let's zoom in. Let me zoom in a little bit, and then bring this down a little bit. We can still get, there we go, a little closer. My L tool, away from the fur, into the hood, like that. L tool, into the fur. Like that. Now, and around, I got my detail knife here. So I can round this. It kind of helps having a detail knife doing this. This is my OCC Scout, which doesn't exist anymore. There's a, I don't know who does OCC tools. Okay, here's what we've got so far. Sorry, I had to stop because I ran out of battery. And I think it's too bad because we're almost done here. Getting close to done. Now I want to bring this a little back. Where's my pencil? So where's the shoulders are here. So right here, what I want to do is, where's my big round? Let's just do a little bit of this. I was hoping to bring like his head forward. And just like that, the sun's back. Just as I got started, I was hoping him to lean forward a little bit. Just a little bit here. Need some roundness still. And there's the sun. And there goes the sun. This is a nice October day. Oh, I chipped that a bit there. And let me adjust a little bit here. Get out of that sun. Okay, I just pulled back and move over a little bit. Now I want to get the beard going here. And at the same time, we got a neighbor with the lawnmower going on. I was thinking about doing that too, the leaves that are coming down. V. So a little bit, or L tool towards the arm, away from the beard. Towards the arm, away from the beard. Okay, let's clean this up a bit here. This is getting kind of disturbing me here. Watch the green. So I want to bring this in a little bit this way, and then a little bit this way. Yeah, it's just the way the green is just so disturbing in this thing. Now I want V. Away from the hood. This one here, I got the hood kind of separated from the coat a little bit than I did compared to the first one. Cut in here. Where's my, I got another knife, another detail knife. This is a nice sharp detail knife that does some good scooping. And of course, according to the grain. Oops. Now, this is more of a detail knife. That's the reason why it's not too sharp in the middle. Yeah. Here's my other detail knife. That's better. All right. What is that? A cut there. Or is that a green? I don't know if that's a cut or a green. I could even out on this side. Okay, let's take the pencil mark off. A little rounding here. All right. Shoulder goes in a little bit. Now I am thinking that we need more of this. Be away from the arm. Away from the arm. It's a little better. Ah, my regular knife. This is not, the green is just horrible on it. Now I want to put one of these in. Here, this will help if I do one of these. That helps. Putting in the creases. And I want to make this more permanent or more sharper. That's not so bad. It's a little more sharper with a little more in. I think I need a little more undercut. Let's try a little undercutting here. I think it's time to do that. Undercutting is usually the last thing you do. It adds a little shadow. Adds that extra shadow and separation. I want to put a little dent here. Oh, are we done? We're not done over here yet. We'll bring that beard out a little more. I want a little of this. This little chip here. Still need a little more coming in and roundness. Get that out of there. And I want over here. You know, we're getting there. I think the one thing that's left, one thing that I neglected to do with the forehead, and like I said, I think I ran out of juice. Let me just bring this up a little bit, just a little bit here. And what we need, a little more zooming in. I'm going to use my Scout here, and I just want to scoop up eyebrow. And what I want to do is boom, close my end. It's like taking that chip out. Scoop a little this way. Scoop a little this way. There we go. A little bit of cleaning here and there, but here, I don't want to be too angry. Where are you? There we go. Except a little bit of junk we got to get out. See how that eyebrow bone comes up. Where's my little tiny V? And there. Now I'm going to do some adjustments of the beard of this and that, because I think I'm ready to put the fur and the hair and beard in. Shape this a little more. Shape this a little more. Like I said, this is kind of a smaller project, so kind of hard to zoom in on the camera, bring it up to the camera. Now, all the shaping I think is done. I think we're about ready to put the fur and everything else in. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of this. Now I think I didn't do this. I want to get the nostril a little more closer towards the center. And a little more. I did round here. Need some more rounding here. And being a smaller piece, it depends on how much you want to put into it. How much time and extra you want to put into it. All the cleaning up, I'll come back to the cleaning up, but all right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my large or second largest round tool. I'll start with the, and I'm going to put on my cuticle glove. I did get that this time. And I want to start with the fur, and I'm just going to do this. And I'm not sure how much video time I'm going to show on this, because that's what you got to do. Just go this way, and then I'm going to come back this way and just a little bit. A little bit this way. Then now the cuticle glove, I mean, it's just some bad worn out glove. is in my left hand, and I can put that on my right hand. The hair, I think I might use a smaller beard. I think I'll use a small, I'll start in with the larger, my large tool here. I do a different beard from my older videos if you want to check them out. It's more, a little bit towards realism. Realistic, this is more like caricature. Watch the green. Okay, we got to start. I think we'll use this, might use a smaller tool. This just a little bit more. Watch the green. There. Don't make it too uniform. Look too fakey. Stagger. I need to fix, make a fix here. One of the things I forgot to do was to do a like 10 degrees one way, then 10 degrees the other, and just so we can make this a nice shadow separation here. And maybe a little bit of rounding. Watch the green. My goodness. Now, one thing that's interesting with the fur, what I have done before is practically just leave it like this, or put some dents, knife dents into it, and then call it good. Done that before. Oh, here we go. That's going to be hard getting in there. Take that knife mark out of there, which I wanted to get rid of. plan is I'm going to get some of my patterns from my pattern books that I sell on Amazon that you can purchase and probably take 1 or 2 out, 3, 4 out, and carve them. That's the plan. All right, I want to see it's generally done. Let's do a little. Let's take some of my smaller. Here we go. Let's do the smaller. But other than that, it's done. What I'm going to do is after this, I am going to turn the video off, and then I'm going to clean up and then come back after done with the cleanup. Oops. Well, that's part of the cleanup. Clean up and fix up. Oh, this we need this. There. Yeah, it's all kinds of odds and ends, but here, basically that is it. Let me take the brush out. This is a worthless brush. It's not as stiff as I'd want. Take some of that off, hopefully. The loose stuff. I mean, there's still some odds and ends. Cleaning up and fixing and this and that. But generally, here, let's fix this. I want to fix this a little more here. Remember what I talked about? Put that kind of that scoop on the side. Let's do a little bit. So it's not straight up and down. Okay, let's kind of bring this out a little bit here. Okay, gently, well, that's kind of it as far as the major stuff. You might want to put for the thumb. This one out. Oh, oops, I'm going to go a little wider for the thumb and just to, like we got a thumb and a thumb underneath. But anyways, there it is there. Let me clean it up and get back to you and I'll finalize it. Well, there we have it. There we are. I'm going to adjust the lights a little bit. Did clean it up quite a bit. Look at the back. The front. This is a nice little project. Like I said, my plan. Oh, the thing is I did a little more extra scooping, get that so the feet would come out. Because like I said, use some patterns from my old books. Let's get up here so it's still focused. Get some light over here. Yeah. Okay, well, there you are. There you have it. On to the next.